What's up, Cappy crew? I just realized something really horrible, and that is that I just finished recording this this deck list for y'all, and I didn't hit the record button, so we're gonna do it again. What's up, Cappy crew? I have figured out the most goated blue-yellow Nami list, because you gotta play blue-yellow Nami because blue Nami is banned. However, there's one big, massive flaw with this list, and I'll tell you what it is. It goes by the name of Bartholomew Kuma. Now, I'm sure Cappy, you're thinking, Cappy, he's a problem? His on play, you trash a card from your hand and add the top of your deck to your life. So you heal just by playing him out. And then when you play him out, he technically is an 8 cost. So he's almost impossible to get rid of by like cost removal. And then he's a 7k body with 1k counter who on KO, he heals again? Why is this card a problem? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because he's $40 frickin' dollars. He's $40 frickin' dollars, friends. And so, what if I don't have the berries for him right now? I know this is pre-release prices, but still, that's a lot. So I made up another Nami Swan deck, and we're gonna speed run through this bad boy. This is a very solid deck that I've had success with. However, it is a lot less expensive, about 120, like right now, almost $200 less expensive than the last one because no Kuma. So let's just dive into it really quickly. Nami, your turn, once per turn, you can activate this effect when a life card leaves any life area. Draw a card if you have 7 or less cards in your hand. Absolutely goated with the sauce. You get a lot of card draw this way. All you have to do is either connect with life, trash a life, or play with your own life cards, which we do all of. So the other half of this is Dawn X1. On opponent's attack, you can trash a card from your hand and the leader gains 2k power for the turn. So, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do with this brick. Toss it. Boom, you're at 7k. Infinitely harder to swing into. Very defensive ability and super annoying for your opponent, because there's times like against Silver's Rayleigh where they're swinging in for 6 for 6 for 6 for 6. Nah, no they ain't. Not if you're a 7k leader. Boom, absolutely goated. Let's dive into the support cards for blue yellow Nami. 1, Trafalgar Law, a 1 cost blocker, slam dunk. Nojiko, on play, if your leader's Nami, you just bounce one of your opponent's characters with 5 cost or less to the owner's hand. Super solid. You don't want to play this out on 2 Dawn, but anytime after that, it's pretty good. What do you play out on 2 Dawn? Duval, because you get a filter your hand, and even set up what you're going to draw in future turns, and he's a blocker. Super duper solid. Next up, we got that 3-eyed girl who just fricks up your opponent's hand. 2 copies of her. I've seen lists that run 4, but I don't see why I'd be playing this more than basically once a game. Next, we got Cavendish. When attacking, draw 2, trash 1 from your hand. He's a 4 cost 6k guy. He swings in, you get a bunch of cards, and your opponent hates his freaking guts, so he's a pseudo blocker. Super solid. But Cappy, he's a brick. Who gives a frick? You're playing Nami, just get him out of here for leader ability. Slam dunk. Next, we run 4 copies of the Nami blocker, 5/6 stat line, and then the on play, if your leader's multicolored, which we are, draw 3 cards and then place 2 from your hand at the bottom of your deck in any order. So that's really good too. I think okay, that was my water that just fell, but it has a lid on it, so we're good. Next up, we got Jozu. You can bounce back one of your own characters, and then you can bounce back one of their characters for 6 or less. So this is a really solid card if you want to bounce back a Nojiko to just play her again. And then you can also bounce back Hiyori to just play her again. We'll get to Hiyori here in a second. Really dank. You can even bounce back Pudding and play Pudding again if you want. If you see your opponent smile after you played the Pudding, bounce her back and play her again. All right. Next up, we got the Monkey D. Luffy, 8 cost, 8k power with Rush. He basically does it all. You trash a card from your hand, you get a bounce back, a pseudo blocker, or a blocker. Any character costs 4 or less to the owner's hand. Then give a rested Don card to a leader character. You can give it to Luffy to swing it for 9, or you can give him to Nami to activate the leader ability. Super duper solid card. Definitely want to play this out on curve at 8. Super good. Next up, we got the Hiyori Kikanojo combo. If you don't know how this works, you play out Hiyori, you put Kikanojo in life, trigger. If your opponent's life is at 3 or less, play the card. So you kind of want to whittle down your opponent, then take a life. Boom, Kikanojo's on the field, swinging for 6. Absolutely nuts. If you just have Kikanojo in hand, it's not the best Fordon play, but you could just toss it for leader ability. It's a brick, so not really losing too much that way. And also, with Hiyori, by taking the top or bottom of your life card into your hand, you get to activate leader ability where you get to draw an extra card. This combo is nuts. We'll go ahead and skip a little bit because you know who also works great in this combo? Baby 5, one of my new favorite cards in this deck. Oh my gosh. Now, this one isn't too bad playing on 4 either. You could just play it on 4, bounce it back to hand with Jozu for the 2k, but you could also set it up with Hiyori for the trigger. If your leader is multicolored, which we are, draw 2 cards. I've seen lists run the Satori, which you can trash a card and then play it. It's a 5/5 character. I prefer Baby 5. I like the draw. I really, really enjoy that. And she's a lot better to look at than Satori, so that's a win too. Next up, we got Zeus. You know what he does. This little cloud guy, you play him out, and then you can add a top or bottom life cards to your hand, which activates leader ability, and then KO a 5 cost or less. Super good to get rid of chump blockers at the end of the game, and he's a 2k, so we love that. Next up, we got Nico Robin. Nico Robin kind of sucks. She's good if you play her at 6 Dawn. Because the on play is if your opponent has 3 or more life cards, trash up to one of your top cards in your opponent's life. However, if your opponent has 2 or less, then she's basically a garbage character. That's why we only run 2. But if we see her on curve, then she's like super goated. So, you know, you kind of got to just pick. Yeah, we only run 2. And then if we do see her later in the game, we can just pitch her for leader ability. Next up, we got 8 Eustace Captain Kids. 8 cost, 9k power, on play. Rest this character, trash one of your opponent's life cards, which activates leader ability. And then at the end of the turn, you get, if your opponent has 2 or less life cards, then you can draw 1 and discard 1. So you got a little bit of cycle there too. Yeah, this guy is super solid. He's got basically a pseudo rush at life. And your opponent absolutely hates his guts, but you just play him out and the magic happens. Next up, we wouldn't be running any of this if we had Kuma, but you know, as before, don't have the berries. So he's an 8 cost, 8k power, Don Quixote do Flamingo that reads, if you have 2 or less life cards, this character gains rush, and then on KO, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. So he's a rusher for 8k, which is kind of goated. And then your opponent is disadvantaged to swing into him because if they kill him, then they just healed you. It's solid. That's a solid card. And then finally, we got Red Rock and we got Gravity Blade Raging Tiger. Super solid deck list. I've had quite some success with this. The strategy is basically turtle. You want to just kind of block out of stuff until you get to the end where you can drop these bad boys and just crush your opponent. Now, let's get into some games. All right, so we're going to start it off with some red-black Koby as our opponents, us being, of course, the GOAT, Nami Swan, blue-yellow Nami. I am not a huge fan of this hand. 2 Jozus is a lot of Jozus, and we have no early play, so let's redo there. Yeah, perfect. We have a Duval. Just go ahead and attach a Don to Nami and be done with it. They, I mean, they can't really swing into me anyway for me to activate my Dawn ability, but you know, whatever, why not? I guess I could fake having a 1-cost event, but it's literally the first turn. All right, nobody cares. Just attach the Dawn. For my next turn, we play Duval to set up our hand. And then on turn 5, maybe play out Nami. That could be good. Oh, excellent. We also have... Well, I might wait to play this blocker Law here. I don't think we need any of those. We'll just put them on the bottom. And hopefully we draw into some meteor cards here. Asking for a 2K. Let's see if he gives it to us. This early on, generally, I try to counter out at the first hit because it's generally just like 1 card. And then I might take the next couple. But alas, you know, whatever. So, see, I'm not super familiar with Koby and how he plays. Now, I know that he pulls things out of the trash to play them like ephemerally. Is that the word? Like an ephemeral? They're kind of there until the end of the turn and then they go away. But that new promo Koby, I'm sure that he's running, is pretty solid and makes your leader a 7k leader. So, oh, he's got nothing. He's got Jack, so it was a good thing that we did this. What we could do is trash our Law, which I think we will, just for the brick. And then no blocker. Have a Zeus as well. You have no characters on the board, so it is fine. Great, we drew into a Nojiko, which we definitely didn't need. Let's go ahead and swing life, fire 5, and then we'll play out Nami for the draw 2, or the draw 3, place 2 at the bottom of your deck. Oh, we get an extra card here. Pull a Captain Kidd. We're rocking and rolling now. Oh my goodness. Okay, Zeus and Baby 5. Let's put you and you on the bottom of the deck because since he has no characters, that's not immediately relevant to us. Now, obviously, the Doflamingo isn't super relevant right now either, because in order to activate Rush, you have to have 2 or less life, and he's not going to get me there in time. Sheesh. Okay, yeah, I think we just counter. Actually, no, we'll take this one. Okay, excellent. A Hiyori. We could even load Baby 5 to the top here. That's an option. Yeah, because we don't really have necessarily a super solid 7 Dawn play here. Preferably, I'd like to have the Nika Robin. But like Jozu would have literally done nothing, so no harm, no foul. Let's take the bottom life. Oh, a Hiyori on the bottom of life, and we'll load Baby 5 to the top. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. Do we load Kikinojo? We might. This is crazy, friends. Okay, we're gonna just play out Kikinojo, take bottom life, which was another Hiyori? I had all my Hiyoris on the bottom of life? What the frick? So, and then we'll just swing in for 8 here. That was kind of wild. I'd be surprised if he counters out, but he has a lot of cards in hand, so he might want to. But wow, that was kind of lucky for us. Pulled our 2Ks out of life and loaded our triggers. So we are basically set here. I'm interested. I'm expecting the Koby. Okay, Helmeppo. Yeah, to bring out the Koby. Yeah, ephemeral, that's the word. Now, they can only attack characters on the turn they're played? Yes, okay. Oh, and this one can attack active characters. Yeah, that's fine. You can have my little blocker guy. I think that is acceptable. Yeah. Duval, sorry, buddy. Sorry, my guy. Okay, playing up Peacock. So I guess Maxi can swing for 7. Or 8 if he trashes Peacock after this. What's he gonna reveal? I wonder if he finds something good here. We're gonna be on 9 Dawn next turn, so we could play out the useless Captain Kidd. Or we could play out the Doflamingo. So many good options. I think I prefer to counter out of this, though. Let's go ahead and blocker and give the Zeus as well. Okay. So because he's 6k, it'd be harder to swing into. We'll at least be able to get something. I say we attach the Dawn, swing. I assume they can give me a 1k here. Unless they're completely bricked up. Yeah, 1k. And then... boom, baby. Now, my idea here is with the Cavendish. Yeah, I think that we can just... It's at 5. We might want the counter. We don't need 2 Cavendishes. We won't be able to set up 2 Cavendishes. So if we go ahead and cycle one out, and I might even at this point trash the Cavendish for the Nami leader ability, and just turn the guy into a 2k. My plan is to play out the Don Quixote do Flamingo the next turn if I just like don't pull anything else. Now, I know that this is this is Kikinojo, and this is baby 5. So we got cards coming, we got bodies coming. We should be okay. Turning Kid into a 7k. Ooh, turning Kid into... Oh, shoot. Yeah, they want Kid dead. I don't think there's a way for me to really save him here. I think he's just kind of toast. That's all right. Now let's see if they decide to swing in with Helmeppo, because they can swing in with this one. Okay, that's fine. Interesting. You choose to I guess just clear board. I mean, like, worst comes to worst, I slap 5 Dawn and swing, but not likely. I am a little bit interested that they did that. We'll just go ahead and fully block out here. Since I've already loaded life, we'll give the Hiyori, and I'll keep the Zeus. There's a scenario I feel like where Zeus is a good idea. Like, I maybe to like kill like a blocker like Doll or something. Okay, so I believe here we're going to swing into Helmeppo for 7 with Nami. I assume the block with Doll. Or, okay, just 1k. And now, oh, that was a huge misplay. That's okay. It's an 8k body. It's an 8k body, but we didn't have rush because we still have 3 life. Maybe I should have given it up, but that's fine. We can survive 3 hits here at least, because with the sword thing that Koby does, the pulling from the trash, he can only attack active characters, or you can only attack characters. So you're gonna attack my 0 power Hiyori or my 8k Doflamingo. Both of those are kind of sucky targets. Yeah, maybe just okay. Helmeppo can now attack active. Are they just going to stack everything to kill the Flamingo? That's fine. because it will heal me. If they kill Doflamingo, it does heal me. That's not character locked. Like, that just happens. We'll give the Kikanojo to bring me up to 7 for the turn. Now they can play out Koby. They can play out. It's like I'm thinking like that's their big 9 drop. Now, have we already seen? No, I think Dragon was the other game. I think Dragon was the last game. They whoopsie. Yeah, big turn into Doflamingo. That's fine. We'll gain a life and just be hunky dory. At this point, we'll probably play out Nojiko to bounce the doll and then swing into a Helmeppo with the rest of what we got here. No trigger. Man, of course, now we see our Robins. Quite unfortunate, to be honest. Yeah, like I said, we'll go ahead and bounce doll. Oh, this is the Koby effect. Oh, the Koby effect where he puts all the stuff in the trash again. Wah, wah. We're not gonna bounce doll. We will do this. How much counter you got, brother? How much counter you got? Just enough. Just enough. I'm seriously fine if he starts to eat in this life, though, because I can turn it right back around on him. I know I have a baby 5 in there, and I know I have a Kikanojo in there, so we should be able to get some bodies on the board here in a moment. I think we go ahead and counter out of this, though, just to be as annoying as possible. We'll go ahead and trash that, no blocker, and then give the Zeus. There's not really a whole lot from the Zeus that I want to do. I have my triggers loaded already. So, I mean, kill doll. I don't know if that's worth it. I really don't think it is. It's taking a sweet time here. My headphones just died. Let me plug those bad boys back in. Well, my opponent decides what they want to do. I'm feeling pretty confident in this game right now, though, because sure, you can swing in, but they don't got a lot going on here. They got 1 card in hand. Like, do you play it out? What is it? And I don't think it's another Helmeppo, because they would have done that to play out the Koby. Yeah, we'll take this one too, and we'll use the trigger for 2 more cards. Oh my gosh, we pulled heat. We got our 2K and the Useless Captain Kid. So that was actually Galaxy Brain there. Let's see, next turn we could play out the kid and swing big. We might want to hold on to the kid, though, and just try and clear board. Get these Helmeppos out of here. If we pull a blocker, that'd be great, but we don't. Because it does make me nervous that we don't have any blockers still. Let's go. Nine into Helmeppo. Because if that's a 2K, they can't use it. Now, it could be a counter. They could bring it up to 10. Or it could be running some crazy tech. That they still have all this active Dawn. So, very interesting. Very interesting there. We'll go ahead and do this. Do the exact same thing. 9. If they counter out this somehow, okay, I don't think that the play is to actually they might be able to math me out here though, is the problem. Wonder if they this is kind of tricky. I'm hoping that they block with doll. Okay, we got another 2k. So maybe that, with our leader ability, maybe that is enough to save us, because we'll be able to jump up to, shoot, 11. If we get rid of Cavendish and then do 2 more 2Ks, we should be able to get up to 11. He doesn't have anything to play. Okay, he's playing out the Peacock. Still figuring out what to do. He doesn't want to swing in with Doll, because if he whiffs, it's GG, it's lights out. Now, my play to end this, I feel like, is probably just playing the kid to trash the life, and then just swinging. Like, we swing 5-7-7 after. And that might be enough. They only got 3 cards in hand and 1 blocker. And we just need 1 to hit, so that could be the call. This is a T-bone. A 2 or lower character. It's a 2k though. So we do know at least he's got 1 2k in here. He's thinking long and hard. Does not know what to do. And that's the power of Nami. Let me tell you, blue yellow Nami, the defense that you are able to put up, and this is without the Kumas. I'm not even running probably the best card in yellow right now, given that it's a bajillion dollars. But this is pretty solid. Oh, decides to swing in for 8. Absolutely unhinged behavior. We will use our card action. We're gonna go ahead and counter out of this because we know that we can, and that is the best reason why to do that. Yes, go up to 9, and he can swing for 9 here. Correct. He's probably gonna swing at Robin. Yeah. Unfortunately, that's all she wrote for Robin, but since the doll is rested, I feel like that was the Hail Mary. I think we swing like 10 and then 11 is the goal here. We could have played out Kid, but it's more likely that they were able to counter out of stuff, so let's just swing for the fences here. With 11, and good game to my opponent. Good game. See ya. Let's go. Heck yeah. All right, coming up next, we got the OP-12 Koala with the fish karate tag. So you know this person's a Koala main. We will be seeing those Kumas that we long for, but it will be from across the board. So I'm interested to see how this match goes. A lot of our bounce back removal is cost oriented, and a lot of Koala stuff is 8 cost. So we have to be careful as to not like, we won't be able to just like play out a Jozu or play out these Nojikos. We'll have to. This is a absolute horrible hand. Now, another thing you got to think about in this matchup as well is the fact that when your opponent plays a character with an original cost of 8 or more, you may activate this effect. Your opponent adds the top of their life cards to their hand. So this thing can eat away at your life by playing out these big cards, like, for instance, let's go ahead and just swing for 6 before we play our blocker. Okay, I'm getting a search off. We get a draw, and then you get to fix our hand. I don't hate that. Here, we'll put it on top. We will do it like this. So we can play Nami next turn. Then we draw into baby 5. We'll go ahead and use Card Action and boot a Kikunojo. This is what is crazy about Nami, is that basically any card in your entire deck could potentially be a 2K. So this is the card, like one of the cards I was talking about that is kind of impossible to bounce. It's an 8 cost with blocker. KO 4 or less. So Duval, you might be toast here, but we have to swing. I don't want to not swing. Okay, see, it was good. It was good that that happened. We'll go ahead and play out this Nami to filter. Yeah, so we end up getting the other ones that we wanted. Let's place a few on the bottom. Perhaps this one, and we won't need Doflamingo for quite some time. Six Dawn. Now, I'm not entirely sure. I'm not super familiar with the Koala deck, as OP-12 just came out, so I'm curious to see what my opponent decides to play here. Here, I think we go ahead and just block with Nami, because I don't think that they have any rushers that are 6 cost in this deck. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe just, yeah, the Kuma is the super solid choice, and so now we don't even have to think about it. We just rocket. So 2 more 8 cost people. We have 7 Dawn, and now we're in this weird position where we can't really do a whole lot. I think what we do is swing in for 7 and play out the Kikunojo and the Trafalgar Law, keeping all these other 2Ks in our deck. So we will swing in for 7. Yes. And he can block with the hack, but will only kill the Duval because Nami is a 5 cost instead of a 4. So I expect my opponent to eat this, especially since they just gained a life. Right, and they might have even been able to... I don't think that they had anything that set up their hand exactly, but that's always possible as well. Let's go ahead and play out our friends here and end our turn. So we're in a very defensive position. We have 3 different blockers. We have our Kikunojo ready to start swinging in, and if they were to end up killing it, end up getting some on top of my life, so not a big deal there. We'll go ahead and use the card action and get rid of the Kikunojo, or I'm sorry, the Nami and her Nojiko, and then we'll get rid of a baby 5. I seriously doubt that he swings in with hack. Have a Zeus. It's unlikely that Zeus is able to hit anything either, since it's only characters that cost 5 or less. Ooh, crashed the top of my life there. Let's see if we can't do the same. Now, this would actually trash another top of my life. Although we are at 3 now, so Kikunojo is now online with oh no, that's opponent's life. Never mind. Yeah, let's just eat it. Why didn't that work? Yeah, okay, they have to decide. They're deciding right now. So I went ahead and played it. Yes, that's what I thought. We will go ahead and use our card action to grab that. Unfortunate that Kikunojo was at the top of our life. I don't even think that we set that up. I think it is just, that was just the trigger. The luck of the draw there. We're going to go ahead and swing in for 6, and then we'll swing in for 6 one more time. At some point, they got to block with this hack. that kill one of my chump blockers. I'm shocked that they haven't, because if they don't soon, I will just use them to block. My goal is to probably red rock this Kuma so that they don't get to add another life. That would probably be preferred. Okay, just heal me up. No big deal. They have 5 cards. We'll go ahead and pitch Pudding. I like Pudding, but I generally... I mean, now this is a cool combo you can do, but it's hard to do against this deck with high cost. Is the, like playing Nojiko or playing a, Jozu, and then instantly Pudding, and then that card that you just bounce back to their hand is completely gone. Oh. Place a Rev Army type from your hand to your life face up, then if you have 2 or more life, put the top or bottom card of your life in your hand. Oh, okay. So, interesting. So you can load cards that way. 7/7. I'm not very familiar with this card. It's pretty cool. And that seems like it would be pretty good in this deck. Yeah. If I do say so myself. And Hack is gone now. Yeah, so maybe I don't block yet. We will just, here, have a baby 5. Another blocker. Holy frick. They hate that. Yeah, they're really gonna hate this. Let's go ahead and get rid of Kuma. Just red rock him. Let's swing in for 6 against the Nika Robin. I'm gonna try and save it. Oh, frick. Okay, we will swing into the Robin with the kid. 10. There's no way you save this, right? That's all your cards. Yeah, or you block. Now, you want to... Maybe we keep the pressure on and swing in for 6 with Nami. Since we're going to play Duval anyway. That could be hot. That could be hot. Let's see. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a 2K from it. We got a 2K from it. 2K's on the top? Gravity Blade? Okay, we're gonna put these on the top. We're gonna put Gravity Blade at the top, though. Followed by Hiyori, and then I can load Kikunojo back in. Absolutely crazy turn. Oh, shoot, I forgot about this. Okay, we'll load baby 5. Not a big deal. We might be pitching baby 5 here. Kuma? Son of a biscuit. We could bottom deck him if we wait. Okay, we're just gonna pitch baby 5 too. I want to keep Nami if we can. Have Duval. Have Duval. Oh shoot. Okay. This is one for the ages here. I think we try and get rid of this for sure. Maybe we play out this take bottom life. Nice, excellent. Oh. That's fine. Not exactly what I wanted to do. Okay. So we can swing in for 8 against Robin. And then we swing big into Sabo with the Captain Kid. Alternatively, we could actually swing into Sabo with the Nami and then into life with the Captain Kid. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, well, let's do this. Let's do this, friends. Okay, perfect. And then Cricket. Ooh. Oh, we could trash it instead. Yeah, that I don't know. That might have been a mistake to get rid of Zeus there. That might have been a mistake. Nah, let's just get rid of Nami there. That on play doesn't work. I have to have 5 or more cards in my hand. So really, that's just a big blocker. Very big blocker. Wow, pass to me. Okay. First things first, I'm gonna let it out. Get rid of that guy for sure. Yeah. Oh, I played out the 8 costs, so that's why I got the Nami on the top. I was like, hello? Hello? Oh, why did that happen? Swing in for 7 here. They could block and then counter, but if they do that, I will just swing in with the Kid. Swinging in with Kid for 9. Gonna block with the Nika Robin. And counter. Interesting. Well, oh, what do we want to get rid of? We want to get rid of the Cavendish. And I don't... Gravity Blade could be good if they play a blocker here. I don't think that we're going to need Luffy. I don't think we need Luffy to finish the game, friends. I really don't. I think that we've got them on the ropes here. I think it's we do want to protect our kids though, so that they can swing later. No blocker and give them a 1k. So we can keep our 2ks in hand if we have to. They can't swing with Robin. They cannot do that. That's fine. Let's take. No trigger, Cavendish. Okay. There is our other blocker. So we just have to swing big, baby. No big deal. Yeah, swing for the fences. Let's go 11. 11, 11, 11. They have to block this. If they block it, though, then we know that they're screwed. Okay, killing that. I mean, I'd be shocked if they could get out of it 11. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Excellent game to my opponent. GG. Well played there, Koala. The Koala deck is very, very interesting, but we just outlasted it, friends. We just cycled those 2Ks. We got our triggers off, and we ignored Kuma. You have to ignore him. You cannot swing into him. Luckily, we were able to bottom deck him, so we didn't get that extra one, but excellent game to my opponent. All right, Buggy Mapuche. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for saying that. We don't have Hiyori for our Kikanojo, but we do have Robin on 6 and Kid on 8. I think we go ahead and just keep. Not a big deal. We can swing in for card draw if we absolutely have to. So we'll see what we decide to do here. I think, okay, I guess did not get a searcher. Oh, perfect. Perfect, we drew perfectly. We can do this. We'll take the bottom life, add the Hiyori to the top, use our card action to draw, and then end. Now we do want to counter out of this because Kikanojo will not activate yet. We have to have them be, I think, at 3 life in order for Kikanojo to activate. All right, searching with Sengoku. Okay, drawing into that is pretty solid. I don't hate just dropping pudding here. They have 7 already. What if we swing first? They might take, and then we drop pudding. This is some diabolical stuff here. Oh my gosh. Yes, I'll use the card action. Goodbye, cards. Over 8 to 5, just like that. After all of that searching and filtering too. Just kind of wasted. Unfortunate, my friend. That's the way the cookie crumbles, my guy. We'll go ahead and get rid of Nojiko here. They're going to do some more search. Perhaps they have another Sengoku in hand too. For that 4. Maybe a Borsalino. Pull a Houndblaze. Yeah, and they play out the Borsalino. Wow. It's like I'm a psychic or something. Okay, so we can get our stuff on lock here. Let's go ahead and play out Nico Robin to trash that life. Use the card action. And then we swing in. He's going to block it for 6, and our turn is finished. But our Kikanojo is now live since they have 3 life, which was the whole goal. I just wanted to counter out basically until they get down to 3 life. Then I can start letting them swing back into me. I establish a bigger board, and then we end the game like that. I don't have the Dawn attached to Nami, so I cannot use the ability where she can gain power by trashing a card. But that's perfectly fine. So here, because Kikanojo is ready, we can just use the trigger effect and play her out when they swing into life. Here we'll go ahead and give them a Jozu. Jozu is not a bad next turn, but getting the Captain Kid out basically as soon as possible was absolutely massive. They're gonna bounce Kikanojo back in the hand. All right. Fine. Another option here is to Gravity Blade. I was thinking Gravity Blade, Jozu, and Sengoku. And then swinging 6/6 at Borsalino. Let's do it. Yeah. And then first we swing with Robin. And the reason why is because if they decide not to save it, then Nami's effect might activate. Oh, they drop a 2K. No more 1Ks in hand. Just 2Ks in bricks. Straight up bricking. Okay, so on Tendon, we can easily play out Kid and then swing 6 and 7 is kind of what I'm thinking here. If they swing into the Robin, we counter out. If they swing into Nami, we'll counter out too. Be surprised if they swung again with Borsellino. I feel like that was pretty ballsy. I figure just a 6k from Kuzan. It's just dependent on where he decides to place it. Okay, at the Nami, or the Nico Robin as I anticipated. We will just go ahead and give them... we'll give them Jozu, actually, because Nami is a blocker with card draw. I kind of like that. So, yeah, I think we just play out Kid. Use the card action, draw, trash the life. Swing 6 and then swing 7. It's solid. It's a solid plan. Now these bodies, these big bodies on the field though, are a bit scary. They're a bit frightening, but we have some 2Ks here. And I still think that they'll swing into this Nami first. They might be scared of this Kid too. But we shall see. We're gonna get a draw one, discard one here in a moment. Yeah, we're emptying out their hand pretty well. We got rid of the Houndblaze. What else did we get rid of? Ina, Odin. Like, we trashed the Odin, I remember. Yeah, looking pretty solid for us, actually. And we'll go ahead and pitch the Cavendish. Yes, because now we have the Hiyori Kikanojo combo that we can set up again. For just 2 Dawn, basically. Although I see the end in sight, actually. Maybe we give the... Let's turn the Kikanojo into a 2K, actually. Because now my thought is we could play out the Captain Kid and just swing big time. I think I'd rather protect Kid than Nico Robin. So we will let Nico Robin fall. What is he playing? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, we're not gonna give him this, though. We'll give him Zeus. Baby 5. Yeah. Oh, I guess I didn't... I guess I over-countered there. Whoops. It's 11:52 at night, friends. I'm playing a little bit crazy, all right? I'm playing a little bit crazy. Oh, one of my opponent's characters cannot attack until the end of next turn. That puts a wrench into things. For sure. We drew a baby 5. That is beautiful. Honestly, beautiful work. Let's go ahead and attack. Blocker? Ice block pheasant peck. Alright, so we have to get out of 4 attacks here. 4 attacks, but we have so much counter. Yeah. We have a lot of counter. And we have 3 life still. They could play another Kuzan, but this kid is active. He's active now. I think we save him. What if we just saved him though? That's gotta be so annoying for my opponent. Like wildly annoying. No blocker. Have a 2K. He's got to think, there's no way he's got one more, right? Oh, sweet. That's perfect. That means this kid is gonna live. He will survive. Hey. Hey. You can't kill him. He's like, I wonder if he's got a 2K in hand. He can swing for a 10 into my 9. Bet I'll bring him to 11. Baby 5, my queen. Oh, shoot. He used the Sakazuki move. Hey, didn't he already swing once? Kikanojo. Kikanojo. You beautiful. Oh, shoot. Okay. We can't use Red Rock. We cannot use Red Rock. We need to math it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 4, 10, 1, 10. We can go 10, 10, 10. Ben 10. They can't use Pheasant Peck. That costs a Don. They can't use Pheasant Peck because that costs a Don. There we go. Block. You got a block. And then here we go. 10K exactly. G to my opponent. Well played. Sheesh. I think that's just the power of even the budget Nami. We're not running the Kumas, friends. The Kumas, they're not even here. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me tonight. This is really, really fun. And you know, make sure that you swing tall.